The Nintendo Gamecube has always been one of my favorite consoles. I grew up with one, although I was a bit disappointed that I couldn't have a Nintendo 64 because I got to play on one at my daycare and I loved it. But I was glad that I still got great games to play, and there's just something about the controller that feels nice. I've heard some complaints about it, but in my honest opinion, it is one of the best Nintendo controllers that I have used. While some of the features I wasn't too fond of, I still have great memories of this console. Number 5. Jimmy Neutron Jet Fusion. Okay, I know it's not a GameCube exclusive, but this is my list and I can add whatever I want. I could even add a slice of pizza and a Bradley if I wanted to. And no, you can't have the pizza. It's for Bradley. Anyways, Jimmy Neutron Jet Fusion is a game based off of the Nickelodeon series Jimmy Neutron. It's a three-dimensional platformer that will have Jimmy exploring and finding tools for his inventions. It starts off with Jimmy getting in trouble for an accident that took place during a field trip and he has to talk to the gym teacher. After that, he's told to get some exercise in the gym. Jimmy also realizes that he hasn't done anything for his book report, which is what the first level is about. But instead of doing an actual report, Jimmy looks for tools that he can use to make a machine to show the contents of a book. He also assembles parts for a weapon to use. Once this is all done, his machine messed up the world and then famous spy Jet Fusion gets kidnapped, and it is up to Jimmy to save the day. Anyways, most of the game is exploring and finding tools for weapons to use, or the machines to use which are needed to complete each level. Some levels require a weapon to be built, just so you can get through the game's puzzles. There are also some mini-games here and there, and they're just okay. Nothing too exciting. I guess I just like the exploration part of this game. In a way, it's kind of like those 3D collectathon games such as Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie, with how items are required to progress, and some are completely optional. Maybe that's why I like it this much. Number 4. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Back when Smash was actually good. Okay, Smash 4 is pretty good. Well, any Smash Bros. Game that's not Brawl is good. Super Smash Bros. Melee is the successor to the Nintendo 64 Super Smash Bros. And makes quite a bit of improvements, such as better graphics, better music, and new moves for the characters. Melee even has a bigger character roster and selection of levels. Because of the bigger roster, it goes without saying that there were many newcomers, which include Bowser, Princess Peach, Zelda, the Ice Climbers, and more. There were plenty of new game features as well, like an adventure mode, trophies, and some more customizable Smash settings. Ignoring all the new stuff, Melee plays the same as the older Smash games. You've got your attack buttons, a jump button, which oddly is an A, a shield button, and more, since the goal is to beat the crap out of other Nintendo characters. There's even the introduction of Adventure Mode, which is absent from Smash 4, where you go through several platformer stages and some regular battle stages mixed in. The Break the Targets bonus stage returns. In Break the Targets, the goal is to break as many or hopefully all of the targets on a platforming course within the time limit. Then Board the Platforms was replaced with some trophy collecting minigame. Which is okay, I guess. But Race to the Finish returns with multiple exits rather than one. What I like about Melee is the gameplay feels comfortable and not too floaty. For the most part, I just play the main modes and don't do a whole lot of the side content, so I don't really have much else to talk about. Number 3. Kirby Air Ride. Not received well by critics, but loved to death by fans, is the first full Kirby racing game. The game features 3 modes: Air Ride, Top Ride, and City Trial. Air Ride has players choose a vehicle and even what color of Kirby they want. Then the players will go a set amount of laps around one of the available race courses. On each course, they'll have to watch out for enemies and can use items on their opponents. Top Ride is very similar to Air Ride, but the difference is that it has a top-down view, only 2 vehicles to choose from, and it is much harder to control. Lastly, there's City Trial, everybody's favorite mode, and I can definitely see why. In City Trial, the players start off in a certain vehicle and must explore the city for items and stat boosts. If just looking for these items isn't enough, you can attack other players and steal their items. Sounds like a good excuse to murder your friends, right? Each City Trial round lasts for a set amount of time, the default being 5 minutes, but it can be changed. Sadly, the highest you can go is 7 minutes. Once the round is over, it is time to play a stadium game using the stats you've picked up. These games can range anywhere from a 1-lap race of an air ride course, being able to glide the furthest, being able to jump the highest, getting the best score possible from hitting targets, or even fighting other players. If this concept seems familiar to you, you've probably seen or played Smash Run Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. However, Smash Run is far inferior because there are less customizable settings, and you can't just access the minigames unless you play around, and overall, it just doesn't feel the same as City Trial. But it doesn't surprise me that Smash Run exists, since Kirby and Super Smash Bros. Were both created by the same person. Now, all we need is Kirby Air Ride 2, or Kirby Air Ride Deluxe. Either is fine with me. Number 2, Super Mario Sunshine. While it is a bit similar to Super Mario 64, it is technically not a sequel to that game. The game begins with Mario along with Princess Peach, Toadsworth, and a few other Toads traveling to Isle Delfino for a vacation. When they get to Delfino Airstrip, somebody's made a mess of the place with paint. Yep, that's right, paint. While there, Mario finds a water pack lying around named Flood, who happens to be alive, somehow. Okay, I don't even want to think about being forced to have water blast out of your mouth. Too late. I imagined it. Ugh. Anyways, Mario must use Flood to clean up that paint stuff. Not long after that, he gets a shine sprite and is then arrested, sent to trial, and then put in jail, because the criminal that made a mess of the place looks like him. Honestly, the person they saw making a mess of the place isn't even the same colors, which leads me to believe that everyone here is colorblind. Anyways, they decide to sentence Mario to cleaning up the island. This is all the game is. Mario going around the island and going to levels, cleaning the places up, and completing missions will earn him shine sprites, much like how they earned him stars in Mario 64. Super Mario Sunshine takes that game style and makes it control very differently, not having all the same abilities, which makes sense because of Flood, and that would make him too OP. Besides, Luigi is better, even if Ghost would make him wet his pants. Hey, I'd be scared too. That is terrifying. Super Mario Sunshine also happens to be one of the hardest, if not the hardest, 3D Mario platformers. It's definitely some of the most fun I've had when playing the GameCube, even if it is something I'd hate doing in real life. Number 1, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I'm sure some of you saw this one coming, but yeah, this is my favorite GameCube game. Hell, I'd even go as far as to say that it's my favorite video game of all time. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is the sequel to the Nintendo 64 game Paper Mario, which originally was planned to be a sequel to Super Mario RPG, but due to certain reasons they weren't able to use the name Super Mario RPG 2 and eventually got the name Paper Mario. The Thousand-Year Door opens up with a storybook, and text appears on the screen to tell us a bit of the history related to treasure, and if you can wait long enough, you'll see a cutscene with Princess Peach in a town called Rogueport, where she finds a magical treasure map. She ends up sending it to Mario and requests that he come to the island. When Mario arrives, he finds that the princess is gone. Oh, and there's a Goomba getting picked on by a group of enemies known as X-Nauts. Mario jumps in and saves her, and she then joins his party. As you go further into the game, you'll explore several areas looking for items or getting into battles. In battles, each side takes their turns to make their attacks. Mario can jump, use his hammer, use items, use special moves, or other stuff like defending or appealing to the crowd to earn star power for special moves. Whichever of his partners is out can choose from at least 2 attacks. It can be expanded up to 4 if you upgrade your partners enough. Partners can also use items or some other moves that Mario can also do, like appealing and defending. Every battle earns Mario star points, and he goes up a level for every 100 points. After he levels up, you can choose to increase health by 5, flower power, which is used by certain moves, by 5 points, or badge points by 3, which is required to equip badges. Badges can do many different things and can only perform actions if they're equipped. Some give you more attacks to use, some have you increase health or flower points, and many more advantages. Since badge points are required, you'll only be able to have a certain amount of badges equipped at once. Throughout the game, Mario will go to several different locations where he meets different people that will join his party. At the end of each chapter, excluding the prologue, Mario gets something called a Crystal Star, which is required to open the Thousand-Year Door, which is located below Rogueport. Each time he gets one, the map will update showing him where he needs to go next. Once he gets them, he'll be able to go in. What's hidden behind the Thousand-Year Door? It's rumored to be a great treasure. And these are my top GameCube games. I honestly haven't played every single game on the GameCube, but I have played so many in the past. There are other favorites of mine that didn't even make this list. Anyways, I don't have most of the games I used to own, so my GameCube library has shrunk quite a bit. Despite that, I've been able to enjoy what I still have.